Dr. Emeka Okorocha is an A&E doctor who's with us here just now. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yep, I'm doing great as well, and I'd like to wish you a happy Friday, and more importantly, a Merry Christmas as well.
Thank you so much.
Now, here's the thing. We're here to talk about the more serious side of Christmas, I suppose, where we've got all these uni students coming home and we're recommending them to take a lateral flow test. Why is this so important, do you think?
Because at the at the moment we know, especially with the new variants, that COVID is affecting younger people a lot more. And uni students are the ones who love to go out and socialize and travel and go to these super spreader events where there are multiple people in an enclosed environment. And so COVID's so easy to spread in those places. One in three people at the moment don't actually have symptoms. So a lot of people may have COVID and not actually know about it. So that's why we're telling everyone just get tested, even if you've been double vaxxed and you have no symptoms, just get tested to have that peace of mind that you're going home completely scot-free.
Yeah. And are young people actually maybe more likely to be asymptomatic just because they're less likely to get seriously ill?
Yeah, possibly. Younger people obviously are less likely to get seriously ill than their older counterparts. And because of that, and they have very strong immune systems. So because of that, they may not actually feel the effects of COVID. And so they're probably more likely to be asymptomatic spreading it. And that's why we're urging them to make sure they're getting tested.
Yeah. And when should the test be done? Should it be done maybe, I don't know, half an hour before they leave or the night before?
I'd suggest that everyone try to get tested on or before December 12th. Because that way, if you do have a positive test and you go and do a PCR, you can have your isolation period at home and still make it back before Christmas.
Yeah.
However, I'd be regularly testing all the way up to when you're leaving anyway.
Yeah. And do you think that maybe, I know people aren't really in control of when their term ends, so they might not have a choice in this, but maybe go home 2 weeks before Christmas, i.e. now, so that they can sort of have a week away from uni before kind of meeting up with elderly relatives on Christmas Day?
Exactly. So if they need to isolate, even if at home they can do that. So I'd urge them, that would be a good idea. Obviously, with the practicalities, not everyone can ensure when their uni breaks up. But if that's possible, I would urge everyone to get home and have an isolation period there and take a bunch of tests with them. So that way they can test again when they're coming back from home to uni.
Yeah. Now, last year, of course, we had quite a big peak of cases after Christmas. Do you think that the same could happen again, or has the vaccine maybe helped keep that at bay a bit?
I think the vaccines definitely helped keep it at bay, but it's hard to predict the future, especially with this new variant that's come out, the Omicron variant. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. So it's just a case of keeping ourselves safe as we can and going through the correct measures to make sure we're not spreading COVID.
Yeah. And would you still recommend this year things a lot of people said last year about maybe doing it outside if the weather's not too cold, or keeping windows open, or just trying to keep your distance in general still, I suppose?
I would suggest trying to keep your distance, keeping your windows open to allow good ventilation if possible, and then obviously washing your hands regularly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as having Christmas dinner out in the cold,
Yeah.
but be sensible and make sure that everyone in your family hopefully is vaccinated and has had a negative lateral flow.
Yeah. And with this new Omicron variant, are you concerned that Christmas might end up a bit like last year where it's been effectively cancelled in some places, or is it still quite optimistic this year?
Well, looking at the Department of Health and the Health Minister and what they've said, they have said that hopefully there won't be a need to cancel Christmas. So fingers crossed. I'm trying to feel quite optimistic, but I didn't predict it last year. We'd heard that Christmas wasn't going to get cancelled last year, but it did, unfortunately, and it changed it for a number of us. But hey, I'm crossing my fingers as tight as I can, hoping for a Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, some students are planning nights out with friends when they get home as well. Would you suggest doing that maybe after Christmas Day so that you don't party hard on Christmas Eve, catch COVID, and give it to your gran?
Exactly. So I'd suggest if you are going out and about to make sure you're regularly testing as well. And if at any point you feel symptomatic, make sure you get a PCR test. But even if you're not, make sure you're doing regular lateral flow tests.
Yep. And in terms of going back to uni after Christmas, should you maybe take another test so that you're not bringing it there as well?
Yes, yeah, exactly. That's what I suggest. So it's very easy to get. You can get them at your pharmacy, from your uni, or online at nhs.uk/get-tested. So get a bunch of tests. That way, when you're coming back, you can test as well.
Yep. Absolutely. And most over 18s will have had their first 2 jabs, and now the advice is that they can get their booster. So once they're able to, I take it you suggest that they take the offer up.
Yes, 100%. When you're eligible, make sure you go get your booster jab.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, where can we find out more information about this?
So you can go on gov.uk website, which has a lot of useful information about COVID, or you can go on the NHS website itself.
Great.
And if you want to get the test, nhs.uk/get-tested is really good. So make sure you can do that if need be.
Great. Well, thanks very much for joining us here on the show today. It's been great to chat to you.
Yeah, thank you.